question. Okay, so quite often we get the question of what should a consumer do with a product that's been made from dry flex green at the end of its life, or what should a manufacturer do with scrap and in the actual manufacturing process? What should they do with waste? How would you answer that question?
It's a really difficult question actually to answer. If you look in the chemistry basis of dry flex green, it's a material that is a thermoplastic, so you can process it quite many times and it will not change its properties. But then it comes to the way a material is handled, and this one really depends on if the customer has a system that can manage the waste that is produced same time as production time, then maybe they can introduce it in the same process, or maybe they can collect it and find a third party that can help them to handle this waste. So there
Yeah,
are many different ways to do it.
yeah.
How
Yeah, I
about
mean,
how about you? What do you answer to your customers when you get this question?
A very similar answer, to be honest, in that it is absolutely recyclable in terms of its chemistry, as you said. However, it really depends on the infrastructure that exists around the product. So that applies both for the manufacturer and the consumer of the final end product. Because if the manufacturer is able to handle their waste well and keep it dry and clean, separated, then they're going to have a much better chance of recycling that successfully. As you said as well, there's third parties that can handle that for a manufacturer, which is great. It opens up more possibilities there. From the consumer side, this is where it's more difficult because we're all familiar with the logos, with the numbers and the arrows in the triangle. And TPE, whilst it is thermoplastic based, it doesn't fall into one of the first 6 categories. It falls into number 7, meaning it's other. That doesn't mean it's not recyclable. It's just that most of the household collections don't have a system to be able to put it into the right recycling loop. So we do sometimes talk to our customers about creating collection systems. This seems to be popping up more and more and is more popular. Consumers obviously have a role to play then in returning items. But I think this is the approach to anything with sustainability and recycling. It really needs to be a whole system approach rather than just on one party in that whole kind of life cycle.